2 in the AM. And I've been feeling compelled to just be up and be in my head, be in my thoughts. So I decided to take a shower and meditate and pray real quick. And it's been a lot of spiritual attacks that been coming my way that I've been feeling. I don't know about y'all, but yeah, I took a shower, as you can see. Like, I don't really care how I look, but I'm gonna pull some cards. But before I do that, the energy been heavy, yo. It's been heavy. I've been falling asleep at around 7. I've been falling asleep around 7, and then every night for like the last week or so, maybe even 2 weeks, I've been being called out of my sleep. Like, my sleep pattern has been interrupted. And I hadn't figured out why for a minute. But then I sat in here, I've been reading a lot. I've been reading the Isis papers. I've been reading Sacred Woman. I want to get a book. I've been reading a lot in the middle of the night. And it's been a lot of things that's been revealed to me, and I don't really have nobody to talk to about it. So I'm like, whatever, I'm going to just talk on a live or whatever since I'm up. But yo, I've been feeling these attacks, like these spiritual attacks. Obviously, I mean, I'm on a platform and I'm pulling cards and I'm having altars and ancestral, spiritual, Nubian practices, if you may. And I can understand with going in a direction that's a little bit more unorthodox or untraditional, I guess, if you will. It can come off however way it comes off. I can't really think for other people, but I'm feeling like if the energy is that heavy for me, because I'm an empath, I'm very empathic, I'm very sensitive. I can almost feel the energy of, I don't really know what direction it's coming from or who's sending it. You know, I know eyes are all over um, with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Not just me. Like, we got eyes because of electronics, and we got eyes because of media and all that extra stuff. But anyways, um, I want to talk about real quick, like, those people, whoever's out there that is casting out like dark energy, negative energy. And when I say dark, I'm gonna be specific because um, I realize like the word dark magic has been thrown around so um, I don't know, it's just been thrown around in a weird way. Like, when I'm talking about dark magic, I'm talking about gossip. I'm talking about hatred. I'm talking about jealousy. I'm talking about competition. I'm talking about death. I'm talking about just, I'm talking about that heavy stuff that we don't want to talk about. Like, people like that keep, because even me, I'm still dealing with a battle with self. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about judgment. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about judgment. Okay. I rarely, you know, I try to come on social media to be engaged, but then I stay off of social media because being too engaged is like being in the matrix, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But the judgment is out of this world, you know, that I've been seeing, at least what I've been observing from every direction, you know, whether it's spiritual, whether it's financial, whether it's mental, whether it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? And at first, I didn't really know what was going on. I felt all types of confused. I was like, yo, like, why am I feeling like this? Why am I waking up in the middle of the night? Like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's this energy about? Why am I emotional? Why am I crying one day and then I'm okay the next? Like, I was writing, asking, praying, and it just kind of like dawned on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the energy of judgment is real. And I realized, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna find your healing in humanity, unfortunately. You're not gonna find healing in a human. I've been to therapy, talked to people. You know, for those of y'all who like to throw around the word dark magic and oh, she's practicing and something scary and oh, you know, for those of you who are just and I get it, that's a fear-based thought practice. So it's easy to call something scary or it's easy to be afraid of something that you could be ignorant to. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand that, but I also understand what I'm practicing, my belief system. I understand what I'm doing, and the greatest thing about my understanding is my spiritual goons don't play. Okay, so I'm no longer afraid to come up here and speak this truth about what I'm doing, what I practice, why I meditate, why I have an altar, why I give reverence to the ancestors and to spirit and to the divine, to the universe, the understanding, the correlation, because it's deeper to me than religion. So before I start pulling these cards, because I've been every night I've been rising up at the same time during the spiritual hours, every night, and I didn't know why. And so I'm gonna pull these messages. I'm gonna see what's up, but because I'm going live, and I just need for those people, whoever might be feeling what I'm feeling, whoever might be up, you know, feeling called to do something, called to, you know, spirit is speaking to you in any type of way. You know, I just in my meditation, I ain't gonna kick it to y'all. Like in my meditation, I felt like vibrationally, I felt like I could feel Kanye. Like I could feel the amount of scrutiny that this man has endured simply because he's been walking in his truth. And his truth just so happens to be him walking in a religious perspective, a free perspective. He's been walking in his truth, but he's been scrutinized by his own people. It still baffles me. I told myself I wasn't going to speak on it. I told myself I was going to stay away, but I felt the energy in my meditation just now. I felt the energy of judgment. So, if you are feeling judged by anybody, by anybody, you know, it's hilarious to me to hear how anybody could judge anybody. How anybody could look down at the necks of their brethren or their sisters, or how anybody has the caucasity. Because if you're a person of color and you have the audacity, caucasity, as Imani has spoke so many years ago, if you have the audacity, caucasity to look down on your brother or sister because they're not where you're at, you got a mental problem. Okay? That's all to say about that, whether they are Christian, non-Christian, whether they're mixed, not mixed, whether they're rich, poor, regardless, y'all. We over here are supposed to be talking about community. Community. We literally have been seeing more and more, and I know I'm all over the place, but this is the messages that are coming to me, so take how it resonates. But every time I come on social media, and I know it's just these are the downloads, y'all, so bear with me. Like, when I come on social media and I see these travesty, I see these things happening in my community. And it's like it happens and then it's over. It happens and it's over. Like it's a normalcy for us now. It has become the norm for us to watch a soldier fall and keep moving. Oh, what's up, Shami? It is a weapon, but it can be used. I mean, y'all, social media is a weapon, Shami. I agree, but it can be used in a different type of way. You know, all weapons aren't bad weapons. It just depends on how we use our weapons. But it's just been a lot of, I've seen too many, and I'm speaking right now as a woman of color to my masculine, right? I'm a single woman, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen so the destruction of the men in my culture, yo. Like I keep seeing it over and over and over. And I just, something is, it's almost as if the divine is like, get up, Crystal, and say something, you know. And I don't know why, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, but I'm not gonna question the will of spirit. But um, the energy of judgment has just been heavy, even on ourselves. I mean, because me, I know I've been judging myself heavily, heavily. The things of the past. I mean, as I mentioned with Kanye, we've scrutinized him. We've scrutinized people's past. We allow people's past to hover over who they could be or who they are presently. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Um, I'm not okay with seeing any more of the people who look like me lives be taken away, young ages. I'm not okay with seeing the judgment, the hatred. I'm not okay with listening to the music anymore. I'm not okay with pouring my resources into people, places, or things that are not pouring into me. I'm not okay with it. I don't care, black, white, whatever. I'm just not okay with where we're at. I'm not okay with where I'm at as a person of color as far as my contributions. But as a whole, I'm not okay with where we're at. Okay? So I say all that to say I wanna pull some cards. I wanna kind of see what comes out simply because there's something going on. It's a new age, a new era. There's something going on as we're approaching the seven year 2023. We're in year 6, which is gifts, divine gifts. All right, and y'all, I just feel like who's watching. I mean, forever for whoever is watching. Excuse me. Um, yeah, it's been a lot of heavy energy that I've been feeling. Like I've been feeling, and I can't say, I don't know where it's coming from. But I'm pretty, it's pretty safe to say that um, the divine spirit, God, universe, whatever you guys like to call, you know, is calling me to speak up about the things that I've been feeling. And at first, I didn't really want to speak up about anything because I was just like, nobody listens to me, anyways. But it's not about anybody listening, to be honest, anymore for me. It's about what I'm just being called to do, my purpose. And I know my purpose is here to speak up, encourage, man, because this can't go on anymore. It shouldn't be going on anymore. Oh, these cards that just fell out. See what I'm saying? It's almost as if I'm the divine. I always challenge myself. I don't ever want to pull the cards because I know I hear the whispers. See, people don't know that I can hear them. I can hear y'all. I know it may sound crazy. It is what it is. But I can hear the whispers. And then I feel it. Anybody who's ever dated me, anybody who's ever been around me, I'm so emotional, so sensitive, and so empath. Like, I'm such an empath that I can feel people. They don't have to say nothing to me. Like, I know if somebody's going through something, I can always, and apparently, God is like, get up, Crystal. Whoever's up will hear you. Like, this is the Hierophant. The Hierophant in the deck. I'm sorry that you can't see it. The Hierophant in the deck is a spiritually high ranked individual, somebody who speaks up like a priest. And I don't even want to call myself no priest because I know people be like, Crystal. Like, I changed my name on Instagram to the Righteous Heathen because I ain't never in my life, let me tell you, I won't lie to nobody, man. Like, I ain't have no perfect life. I made a lot of mistakes in my life. I made a lot of bad decisions in my life. A lot that I'm not proud of. But I'm no longer going to live in the shame of the decisions that I made in the past. For what? And look at this. It's the Hierophant, the Nine of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, the Tower, Aries, Scorpio energy, the Five of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy, Earth energy. Literally. Like, this right here is just showing me exactly how I feel. And I'm just pulling out the energy that's coming out. This is my sacred space, y'all. Like, this is my room. I literally have y'all posted right in front of my altar just so I can make sure that my spiritual goons, my ancestors, because y'all don't even see my altar. Like, I got my ancestors on my wall as a protection. When I pray to the spirit. Like, y'all won't even believe it. Just and just what I'm looking here, the five, the Hierophant, right? So the Taurus, and this could be anybody's energy, not just mine. I know how it resonates for me. Like, there's somebody here who's a teacher. There's somebody here who's a healer. There's somebody here who is wise, and a lot of people could watch this person, watch them work. Somebody could be in the occult. Somebody's up here making this change here. They're bringing a change to feeling isolated. I'm sorry I can't see it. I'm sorry, okay? And look at this, because they are in solitude right now. Somebody here is meditating, praying, working. And that's just 5 cards. Like, 2 5s here. I came to the realization you don't need the cards to trust your intuition, to know. I knew that I was being called. I knew I kept fighting it. Like, what do you want me to say? And I know it has a lot to do with me. We can see. we we just It has a lot to do with me. A lot to do with me. Look at this. Look. For those, I mean, I wish you could see. I have on a red, this is my pajama set. Red pajama set and you see the little animal print. What do you see here? I'm sorry, I wish you could see red animal print. This is how I see my cards. And this is me knowing that the divine is like, Crystal, look, you don't want to trust what I'm telling you about you, me wanting you to speak up, me wanting you to speak into your community, speak life. Because I'm so worried about what people gonna say. I'm so worried about, oh, I'm so worried about, and at this part, I know that I'm powerful. I know I'm a goddess. I know it. I've always known it. I've always known that I'm supposed to speak into black men. I always know I'm supposed to speak into women. This is my calling, to encourage, to love. And all the while I'm doing it, I'm being, you see these swords? Attacks to isolate, which is okay. I don't mind it. I'm okay at this point now because it's not being alone, it's being in solitude so I can heal even the things that I'm dealing with. What numbers do you see daily? My gosh, I've been seeing in these last couple of weeks, I've been seeing 1111 all over the place. I've been seeing 555, 444. I've been seeing the number 4 like crazy, okay? The number 4, 333. I've been seeing angel numbers. I know that the people who feel me. Like the people who feel me, and the people who don't, they don't, and that's okay, and that's cool. But just in these 5 cards, there's Aries, Scorpio, and Taurus energy. Scorpio and Taurus are counter opposites, all right. But I just see that I know that I'm called to be some sort of healer, some sort of teacher, okay. And I know that it's hard for those people who may know me, or for those people who, you know, who know my past, who've ever had any, who've ever experienced me. I know that there are some people who cannot see past that, and that's cool. I'm not here. Yeah, I've been seeing those numbers, 111 and 1111, like crazy. Yeah, and I'm just gonna, Jarvis, you're being called. I mean, you're up now. You or something told you to come on this live. That's how I feel when it comes to things now. Like I'm not gonna fight it anymore. And whatever we're called, whatever direction we're called to go into, because people can block it all they want to. You can't block spirit. You can't block the divine. You can't block God. You can try. You can try all you want to. You can't block the universe, okay? And if you are being called as I am, what you gonna do? Your angels are telling you to do it and that you're in the right path. Yeah, what's up thinking? Yeah, like I mean, it's the truth. And I've been fighting it, y'all. But I just see here. I could be talking to a Taurus, a Scorpio, an Aries, an Aquarius, a Libra, a Gemini here. But yeah, somebody up here, and they're bringing change. They're going into not even isolation. They're just meditating. They're bringing an ending to filling all of these swords. And y'all, let me tell you, man, the energy that I feel like that is going on with a lot of people, especially if you're being called to be a teacher of some sort. It doesn't matter what kind. It doesn't have to be in the spiritual realm. Okay, that's just what I see here. But if you're being called, you know, your work to speak up, especially if you are a person of color. And I'm talking speak up. Like, we cannot be afraid. Because my problem was, I was being afraid of, I'm writing notes. I've been afraid to speak up about, the unpopular opinion. I've been afraid to, oh gosh, what are people going to say? You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. What are people going to say? I'm not speaking. I'm not talking about this and I'm not talking about that. And I'm just like, I'm not called to. That's not my world. I live in this world, but I'm not of it, y'all. I have said for years that I felt like I was like an extraterrestrial or something, like something wasn't right with me because I felt differently. Greetings, goddess. Greetings, Bree. Been writing notes. Hey, cuz. I'm serious, y'all. Like, I've been feeling like, at first I thought something was wrong with me because I'm like, why do I think this way? Why do I feel this way? Why do I act this way? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I be looking at the bigger picture of things, y'all. Like, not the mundane, like, not the surface level, if that makes sense. Like, I don't be caring about none of that shit. Even like, I care about, y'all know I'm a Kanye fan. I've always been a Kanye fan, and I've always enjoyed the freedom of what he spoke of. Him not being afraid to approach controversial topics and speak his truth. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've always admired about Kanye. That's been my admiration. You know what I'm saying? Despite if I agree or disagree, I've always been the type to speak up about how I felt. But for the longest, I've had people make me feel like my voice, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not good enough, or I don't know enough, or till it got to the point where I'm like, all right, well, let me just find out for myself. You know what I'm saying? Since I'm not good enough for your, your belief or your whatever, you know what I'm saying? Let me just find out for myself. And in the midst of me finding out, you guys, you won't even believe me reading Sacred Woman, because I am at this point. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna talk about my sexuality. That doesn't even matter. What matters is my womb as a woman, right? And I know there's men up here, but I don't have a problem sharing with y'all. I've shared my womb with people, with so many different people that I've felt like I've held the burdens of abandonment and rejection and, disease and sickness and all of those things. And I'm not talking like you focusing on disease. I'm talking about the disease, the mental disease of poverty and lack. And I've shared my womb because I wanted to feel love, not knowing what love really felt like. And I'm just thinking, if I share my body, then I can attain love. You know what I'm saying? Like, them same people be the ones feeling like they're not good enough. Indeed, the space between two worlds. Hey, cuz. Yeah, like, and I know I'm all over the place, you guys, but these are just the downloads that are coming to me and I'm sharing with y'all. I'm being called. My ancestors are calling me to share this. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I was reading Sacred Woman and just the power of the womb, not the power of the pussy, but the power of the womb, that I started to believe in magic and my ancestral, all of this that I'm doing. You want to know what made me start believing in it? The magic of life, of creating and watching life. I never, before 30, I never seen a child born before. I had never seen it. I didn't watch that stuff on TV. And me seeing the magic, and I'm a little emotional, okay? So y'all know this is me. The magic of life, the creation, the birth canal, and knowing that it took the seed of a masculine to, as we use the word, ferment, right? it took the seed of a masculine to create the magic of the life that is created in the womb, right? So I say all that to say, I started reading Sacred Woman, and as I started reading Sacred Woman, I started to get introduced to the Kamite. I hope I'm saying it right. Nubian, the Kamite Nubian traditions, right? And I started reading about the Egyptians. And all my life, for me, being raised in the church, you know what I'm saying? Like, you always look at the Egyptians as being, stay away. The Egyptians were the bad people. At least, what you learn in church, right? You learn that the Egyptians are not the people you're supposed to follow, not the practice that you're supposed to follow. But the more I kept reading Sacred Woman, I started reading up on Osiris, Asar, and I started reading up on Isis, and I started reading up on Geb, and I started reading up on Aten and Ra, and it started to hit me, and I'm like, it was like a ton of bricks. It was like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? All I could say is, oh my God. And the reason why I said it is because once I started to figure out these these terms, these names, these quote unquote gods were really just elements of they were just the element of air, like Ra is the element of the sun. And so the Egyptians, it's taught to us that the Egyptians served many gods, and that they had, this whole, which some of them were polytheistic as far as serving or praying to the sun, but that's because they believed the sun was the greatest creation. Like, God created the sun, so that was the greatest. I hope y'all follow me. Either way, it hit me because I was like, I wrote in my notes in my journal, one of the things that I wanted to do was I had to go see for myself these hieroglyphics. That's on my to-do list, because either way, it's another conversation. As I was reading Sacred Woman, and then I started reading the Isis papers, I just realized the importance of, one, servitude. I realized the importance of community. I realized the importance of love. I realized the importance of friendship. I realized the importance of forgiveness. I'm realizing it. I'm still realizing it. And as much as I want to hold on and harbor, I don't have to. I don't have to hold on to those feelings of anger and frustration and jealousy, because I got spiritual goons, y'all. I mean, that go as far as the Egyptians, the Orishas, our spiritual, our Nubian, our connection. And I know y'all may not hear me. I hope y'all hear me. Y'all may not believe. That's cool. You don't gotta believe. I'm telling you what I believe and what I'm seeing manifest in my life. And I hope y'all just take whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, this energy that's been present in our community, this deeply rooted hatred, self-hatred, and hatred for others. We gotta do something more. We can't keep sitting around here and talk about it. We have to do something, because I have a child. And for those of the people who want to say we can't do anything, it's a lost cause, I don't want them. That's not who I want in my community. No disrespect. I just, I have to have warriors around me. I need strength around me to constantly push me in the direction of ascension, mentally conscious ascension, emotional ascension, man. If that means I gotta cut all this music out because it's infiltrating my mind, then that's what I gotta do. If that means I gotta cut out anything that is trying to keep me bounded, trapped, locked away, it's gotta go, man. And that's been hard for somebody like me because I want to hold on to everything, y'all. I love everything. But the Hierophant, the Nine of Discs, the Tower, the Five of Swords, and the Four of Discs. If you're on this live, you're called to be some sort of teacher, some sort of healer in your work. Looks like you're called to speak up because you are already in the public eye. And you're a star. And whoever is trying to keep you bounded, shut them out. If that means going into solitude, I have been saying to people, meditate. I have been saying it, and I mean it. If you're not a prayer, if you don't pray, cool. If you don't pray, that's not cool, but it's your business. You know what I'm saying? It's time for me to go because I will risen the other star seed in my home who's been having dreams and who's been having visions. So I love y'all. I'm out.